Are you wasting your early mornings by scrolling and not noticing the time passing by? Are you tired of your phone being the first thing that you pick up in the mornings and the last thing you do every night? Are you wasting time scrolling instead of checking things off on your to-do list? We are becoming more and more like the people on WALL-E. And if you've never watched WALL-E before, where have you been? Because that movie's so old at this point. But we're becoming more and more like the people on WALL-E, where everything is becoming more convenient. Everything is become more handed to us. Okay, we have instant download. We have the fastest internet, the fastest ways of communication. We have DoorDash. We have Netflix. We have YouTube. We have 5 gigabytes of God knows what. Okay, we have so much things that are so instantaneously at this point that it's becoming so much more harder to just do simple tasks like getting up in the morning and eating a healthy breakfast or going out for a walk. Like, it's becoming much and much more harder to do a simple task like putting your phone down and paying attention. We are like the fat people in WALL-E who just sit in a chair all day long and just talk to other people or watch videos and then just order things, and robots come in and just hand us what we need without ever having to think of, is this actually good for me? Is this healthy for me? Should I be doing something else right now? Should I be getting up and going for a walk? Should I just be disconnecting? Should I be catching up on God knows what? The reason why I've stopped wasting my mornings is because I've stopped expecting myself to live in a world of convenience. Because wanting a better life is not going to be convenient for you. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be the simplest things. It's going to be hard, and it's going to be things that take time. And I've stopped wanting and craving instant things and taking the longer road to getting to the other side, getting to a better life, getting to a simpler lifestyle. The reason why I've stopped wasting my mornings is because I've stopped making things convenient for myself. I'm cooking at home more often. I am doing my own laundry. I am making my own entertainment by either reading a book or hanging out with people or getting busy, like doing my chores. Okay, I'm not sitting down and scrolling for endless amount of hours. I'm getting up in the morning and I'm getting things done, and that is honestly, that brings me so much more joy than scrolling on the internet and catching up on God knows what person's life. Just like WALL-E, we've got to learn how to disconnect from online, to disconnect from wanting things so instantly, from wanting that just instant gratification. We've got to learn how to disconnect to that. We're gonna get to a point where it's like the ending of WALL-E, where we disconnect and we see the beauty that is outdoors. Like, I literally live in a place where there's trees in front of me. Like, let me see if I could show you really quickly. There you go. Like, there's trees. I live in front of a place where there's trees, and I don't think I would trade this place for anything because it's so beautiful just looking out into nature. And I can't think of a better place. I can't think of a better situation for me. So I am disconnecting more, and maybe you don't have the same view as I do, but take a look at the things that you have in your apartment. Take a look at the things that you have in your room. Like, those are things that you've acquired, and you should see the beauty in the things that you do have. And it's all about just learning how to disconnect. So this is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to disconnect because you're so used to everything being convenient to you. You're so used to being able to DoorDash something, Instacart something, have really fast internet and not needing to wait for something to download. Like, you are so used to, at this point, having everything handed to you And when someone tells you like, hey, this is going to take time, this is going to take work, you probably like are like, I don't want to do that, it's too hard, and why would I trade my scrolling for endless amount of hours, doom scrolling for hours, over getting up and checking off my to-do list? You know, why would I trade my life for that? Well, maybe you haven't come to a point where you're tired of scrolling and you want to stop wasting your mornings. So this video is probably not for you, but for the people who actually want to change their lives and actually want to learn how to put down that phone and get out of that bad habit, because we know how much time is so valuable. And right now, especially during the daylight savings, like we only have so much sun for so many amount of hours in our day now, that we need to maximize our mornings, we need to maximize our days, our sunlit days for the next few months, because you know is only 6 months away. Okay, we're months away from daylight savings again, and it's gonna be some dark winter nights. So how are we going to do this? How we're going to change our mornings and to stop wasting mornings, where I'm going to give you the 3-step change, this 3-step way to change that situation. Okay, so hi guys, I know I haven't filmed a video in quite a while. I think it's been a 2-week streak at this point, and I am so sorry about that. I've tried filming after work, I've tried filming on the weekend. It's been really bad, but that's not to say that I don't love filming, that I don't love this as much as I wish to be consistent right now. It was hard the past 2 weeks, but I'm hoping that I am back on my streak. I know I've lost so much of my progress and it hurts to see that, but what can I do? You know, it's just my fault for not being on top of things. So I want to say I'm sorry to those of you who I have disappointed in not filming and uploading, and for those of you who have continued to stuck around, I do want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry that I'm not living up to my own words. It sucks really bad, but again, you know, I'm not quitting. I don't want to ever quit, but it just so happened to be that I just couldn't film. So all right guys, enough of that. But if you're new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, my name is Sherelle, and I make videos all about goal setting, productivity, and procrastination. So if that's the type of content you love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I am at Sherelle De Silva. So let's go ahead and get on to the first section. So step number 1, give yourself something to look forward to. Okay, we gotta have something, we gotta give ourselves something. Okay, because if we're going to go from having something that was so instant to just plain old boring oatmeal, okay, you're not gonna want to have the change. We gotta have some sort of incentive for us, some sort of reason to get off our phones and off online and into our real world. So this means that we need to give ourselves something to look forward to, whether that's a breakfast that you're really excited for, or some sort of activity, or having someone to come over to have tea with, or whatever, right? Having some brunch or something. Have something to look forward to in the mornings. So this could look more like maybe the weekend type of thing. During the week, I know we have like school and work and whatnot, so but the same thing can apply. Have some sort of breakfast that you can look forward to. Have some sort of outfit that you are so excited to wear for work or for school or for whatever. So yeah, we got to give ourselves some sort of incentive. This is what I give myself. So planning out a really cute outfit that I'm really excited to wear, or a new hairstyle that I really want to try out, or just like a new makeup product that I just can't wait to like try out. Like give myself something to kind of just something so that I can kind of give myself a fight for, right? Because if I just tell myself, oh yeah, I just got to get up at 5 in the morning, like I'm just gonna so easily pick scrolling on the internet for God knows how long before I even actually end up getting up. So gotta give yourself some sort of incentive. You gotta give yourself some sort of bait to take so that you can actually get up. Now, is this gonna work every single time? Most likely not, okay? We're not gonna be able to, you know, plan a really cute outfit every day, or plan for a new makeup product to use, or plan for a really fun breakfast. Sometimes life happens, or we just need to learn how to stick to these habits. But when we're first starting out, I really recommend just having something like that to just kind of get the ball rolling, okay? Get the ball rolling and getting yourself used to that habit. We want to give ourselves a fighting chance before we actually learn to kind of kick in those skills of habit building, because it is a skill, okay? Habit building is a skill, and it takes a lot of practice and a lot of willpower to get to the point where you are just doing it automatically, versus like kind of incentivizing yourself before you incentivizing yourself to like even get up in the morning. So that's kind of how I helped myself to begin with, to stop wasting my time before I even got to a point where it's like, this is my life. I get up at 5 in the morning and I get ready. I gave myself that kind of a push. Okay, we want to have, like I said, we want to have that fighting chance. So plan out a really fun like breakfast, whether it's like making pancakes with chocolate chips, or having eggs and hash browns and toast or whatever, or a really like fun egg omelet or whatever, like whatever you want, or a coffee drink that you really want to try. Whatever it is, give yourself that chance to get up, and give yourself that choice of like, okay, I can either scroll for this hour, or I could get up and make that coffee and try out that new flavor that I just bought. Like, give yourself something to look forward to. And you know, it doesn't hurt to look forward towards something. Like, isn't that what life is for? Like I said, this is not something that could work every single time. You know, you can't always just try a new coffee every day. You can't always try a new makeup product. Like, at some point, discipline is going to have to kick in, right? And so this leads me into step number 2. How do we make discipline kick in, right? Step number 2 is to make it inconvenient for you. Make it so inconvenient for you to scroll on your phone, or to use your phone early in the mornings or late at night. So the world currently is trying to make you lazier, so you want to try to go the opposite way. Like I said, everything is trying to cater to you by making things instant, you know, priority shipping, express shipping, you know, DoorDash will get to you as fast as possible. Instacart will get to you as fast as possible. Instant download, the fastest internet. Like, everything is trying to make you lazier. So what you want to do is you want to go the opposite way. Now, why do you want to go the opposite way? It's for the same reasons as to why for your own better good, so you can stop wasting your mornings, okay? This is all for not wanting to waste your mornings. Everything that you do has to have a purpose. So if you want to live a better life, then you gotta learn how to do things the opposite way, by doing things how it was before. Making food at home, or what am I trying to say? Anyways, so you want to make things inconvenient for you. So what does this mean? What does this mean? So everything in your life, like I said, is trying to make things more convenient for you. So instead of ordering DoorDash, make your food at home. Instead of picking up your phone first thing in the morning, go out for a walk instead, or get up and go get some coffee, or get up and start, you know, doing your makeup or whatever. Start getting up and doing things rather than utilizing your phone for everything. If you have to rely on your phone for food, for shelter, for your day-to-day activities, then you need to learn how to start cutting those things out. And how can you utilize your own knowledge, how to utilize resources that is just not your phone to help you accomplish what you need. Like, the internet is good for so many reasons, right? We can look up things and find things faster than any other generation could ever have. But at the same time, because we have all of those instant stuff, because we have so much convenience, it is getting harder and harder for us to just do basic activities like cooking for ourselves. Okay, some people find cooking so freaking difficult because they don't want to acquire the skill of that is cooking. So they continue to rely on their phone, because what if, God forbid, okay, what if all of our phones just disconnected and you had no access to any recipes, to be able to order DoorDash or to be able to order mobile pickup? Like, how would you function in life? Okay, that would require you to get up and go in your car and go to the drive-thru and order. Okay, that's going to take you so much more longer if you instead of you just cracking 2 eggs on a pan and mixing them up and calling it a day and having scrambled eggs. Like, if you honestly think to yourself, if your phone just died and never revived, will you be able to function in life? Obviously, you know, we need our phones to call people or for emergencies or whatever. But if we're talking about our daily living, will you be able to function without your phone? If the answer is no, then we got a problem, girl. We've got a problem. If the answer is yes, then great, you know. We just need to learn to kick that pesky little habit of scrolling on your phone in the morning. But if you're relying on your phone to cook, to buy food, to turn on your car, because now we have remote cars, okay? You could turn your car on with the app. If you have to rely on your phone to turn on your car, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oof. This whole phone thing is just making me in a doozy. So none of the things that actually take more time are going to be worse for you, okay? You going out for a walk for an hour is not going to make things worse for you. Scrolling on your phone for an hour is probably going to make your life more depressed. Going out and talking to a friend for an hour is not going to be as bad as you scrolling on your phone for an hour. Like, the things that take time, the things that require more work are actually better for you versus whatever thing there is online. All you need is just a little bit of patience and a little bit of time and effort, and I promise you, you can get to a place where things are very fun and very happy. So now, how do we inconvenience our phone addictions, right? I've talked about the inconvenience of food and stuff, but what about our phone addictions? How do we inconvenience that? So I read online, and these are some things that have helped some people and actually have helped me kick that phone addiction. So one of these things that worked for others is placing your phone in another room. So if you haven't tried that, that could possibly work. You know, your phone is somewhere else, so it's going to require you to get up, and then maybe by the point you get to your phone, maybe you're already thinking, well, I'm already up, I should just get up and start doing stuff. Another thing is uninstalling the apps, like uninstalling TikTok, uninstalling Instagram, or even YouTube if you need to. Uninstalling some apps that that make you want to doom scroll. You can do those things. Another thing is not picking up your phone until you cross off one thing on your checklist. Now, this is extremely helpful. I love doing this one because I'm very motivated in productivity. So I'm like, it almost gains a 5 for me. Like, oh, if I get up and go clean the dishes, then I can use my phone. Or I can go and clean the dishes and watch a really fun podcast. Like, I gamify it for myself, so it helps me a lot. And I get stuff done. So, which is a lot of fun for me. So it's going to be really hard. It's going to take an adjustment when it comes to beating this phone addiction, because it is an addiction. Like, you're addicted to being online, you're addicted to being on your phone. All of this is an addiction. Get it through your thought process that without any work, there will be no reward. Everything requires work, everything requires effort, and without any of those things, you won't get anywhere you want to be. And the thing is too, is that with convenience, as long as you hand over your money, like, you can literally have it all, right? If you can hand over your money to Amazon, then you can have express shipping. If you hand over your money to DoorDash, you can have your food delivered. If you hand money over to your phone service, you can have faster internet. As long as you have the money for it, you can have it all. But what's the point of having it all if you're just gonna end up broke, fat, and depressed? Like, that's not a life that I want to live. I would much rather live a life where I'm healthy, happy, and thriving. And if that requires me to do a little bit of extra leg work, then I will do that, which means, cooking at home, going out for a walk, or going out and having a conversation with my parents. All of that requires time and effort to have relationships, to have a healthy lifestyle, and to kick bad habits. All of it requires so much work. But nonetheless, once it's done, like, all you have to do is learn how to maintain it, and you don't have to go back to that. So step number 3, right? So I taught you on ways that you can kind of help yourself get going, how to understand the mentality of discipline. And then step number 3 is learning the discipline, okay? Is giving yourself the reason why you want to continue this. So step number 3 is find the life that's worth disconnecting for. When you live a life that is so much more fun than being online, then that's when you know that you're living a life that's worth disconnecting. I don't really post on Instagram. I post on TikTok because it's more of like a job for me than it is more of like just wasting my time on there. Like, I don't really take a lot of pictures. I don't really take a lot of videos other than me sitting down and filming these. But I find myself not reaching for the phone app, not reaching for the photo app, for the camera app to capture things and post things online. Like, I'm disconnecting from my phone a lot more than usual because I just have found my life to be a lot more fun when I'm not online. Like, for example, when I go to the store, I go to the Goodwill bins, because that's also like a little side hobby that I have, is reselling. I could spend hours and hours and hours in the Goodwill bins just sifting through clothes, and to me that is so much more fun than laying at home and scrolling on the internet. Like, when I go to the parks with my kids, I have so much more fun just watching my kids like play around and just watching them have fun and just reminiscing on like when they were little, or just thinking of like, wow, like their little happy faces. Like, that is so much more fun than me scrolling on the internet. When I'm at my mom's house, I take so much advantage of talking to her, or just like listening to her, or just being in her presence, because I come home and I'm by myself. So I take much more time disconnecting. There is obviously times when I do connect on the internet, and it's usually, right now it's playing a game, which is really funny because I haven't played this game since like the pandemic time, but it's Among Us. I'm like so into playing that game right now. But again, that's more of like a connecting thing because my son can play with me, or I play with my son, and we just have the best time together just playing, and that's just a moment for us to connect again. So if you want to disconnect from your phone, you gotta find a life worth living for, whether that's finding a hobby or finding a friend or doing something that doesn't require you being online in order for you to have fun in life. So that is pretty much it for today. I know this one was kind of a long one, so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below what is one problem that you are currently having when it comes to phone addiction, and maybe there's something that I can do to help you, or maybe I can make a future video on that. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. So don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and like this video so I know to make more videos like this. And follow me on all my social media. I'm at Joelle Silva. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.